So, welcome to another edition of TMG Talks. I'm joined by the pink ladies, G3. Welcome. Who's going to introduce yourself first?
I can do if you like. I'm Katrina from G3.
Emma from G3.
I'm Bianca.
Okay. Whose idea was it all to work in? That is the most killer question.
Our logo is pink, and it just became.
We want a
pink.
brand.
Yeah.
So
But we turned up somewhere, and I was wearing pink trainers and a pink jumper. You had something pink on, and then we decided, let's just wear pink.
Pink to men, boys, wink.
Well, you never know.
You can always hope.
Right, so you're all in pink. However, we did discuss earlier that G3 wasn't meant to be the name, or potentially couldn't have been the name. What other names did you mess about with, and which one? Why did you end up choosing G3?
So G3 came about because it was really hard to think of a name, wasn't it? And I said, what about 3G for three girls? And Katrina said, oh, it makes me think of a mobile phone company.
It was
3G
at the time, yeah.
Because at the time, back in the
You're
day.
a lot younger.
Yeah,
Three-
3G.
Yeah. No G's when I was
It
there.
was 3G at the time. So, and then I said, well, how about we switch around and we call it G3? But before that, we'd been talking about Katrina's always said, oh, I just don't want any drama, no drama. And we thought, we'll call it No Drama Mortgages. And we nearly did.
We nearly did. We even came up with a logo and a llama and everything.
Yeah, no drama,
No
llama.
drama, llama. But it was always pink though, so we were always going to go pink. And then we realised through show jumping, we always brand in red, and everybody knows us. We are famous because we're the red ladies. We're always in red. The horses are in red. We're always in red.
And now you're in pink.
Yeah, but the thing is, all you need is colour. You don't actually need names. You just need colour. Names looks sometimes a bit, but if you always colour, everyone knows. And then when we were at that event in Northampton, everyone said, "Oh yeah, we all know you were there because you were pink."
You're all in pink.
So
even the boys have to wear pink now.
Yeah, the boys wear pink as well.
So it's a bit good. A llama, then we could have used it as like a nice
Llama would have been good.
Well, we might still do it as a trading style.
Yeah.
So for the younger generation, for the Instagrammers and the TikTokers.
Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, sort of Bianca's age
Yeah,
more than mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to think now? Every time I see G3, it's going to be 3G. I'm now going like, I've only we're only at 3G. You're in everyone's eyesight. Maybe I need to like an old phone style llama.
Yeah, an old phone. My dad used to
the
sell
Nokia
mobile phones from when they begun. My dad set up his business selling mobile phones, and he's still got those ones this size, and he's still got those ones like, you know,
with the battery pack, like the
Die
Die Hard film.
Still kept
Yeah,
them.
plug.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he keeps them because they're like how he started, and he's got those. I remember my first mobile phone was like that size plus the aerial.
Yeah.
And I used to drive around in the car.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not cross driving. I used to sit in the car on it, you know, with this size.
Obviously, Bianca, we are a lot younger.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you don't have the experience I have of life, you see.
See, I had a Nokia 3310. These are all the big questions
Yeah.
where you used to play a snake and just keep wearing
Yes.
around.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to top your phone every weekend.
I could probably still find my Nokia 3310 in a drawer at home. So
Yeah, same actually.
it's probably still there somewhere.
Right.
But you didn't have to charge them for like a week at a
Yeah,
time.
they
so-
go over a week. Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
Right, here's the challenge. So obviously, this is a really serious podcast. So you can
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week,
Mm.
get your Nokia out.
Yeah.
And then you need to do a Nokia challenge and see who can get the highest score.
On Snake. I've got to find a charger first. Anyone got a charger?
I haven't got one of those phones, but I've
got
got
one.
it.
You can play Snake online now, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's got a real small keypad and like. Right,
Who's
so.
had the smallest phone though?
Oh, the little 8210, the little red.
Yeah.
Oh, the flip phone.
The red.
Yeah,
No,
the
it wasn't
tiny-
a flip. It's tiny. It's like
Yeah,
that.
it was tiny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And now they just get bigger and bigger. Well, before you could have all like internet and all of that on it, they just got smaller and smaller. Like on that size, yeah.
And now the older generation, because we're the younger ones,
Yeah.
even more when they just turned 40, they have to have large text. So
Yeah.
the letters are like that big.
I'm not there yet.
I thought about getting a bigger phone just so I can read it, and I actually just got an iPad, just really, so that I can read it more easily. Yeah.
Right, so all those years just mean that they are very at the best of the game and been doing mortgages for years and know what they're on about. So we will make a lot of outtakes for this because it's easy to obviously think.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your favourite thing. Horses. My least
Horses.
favourite thing and my most expensive hobby.
It'll always be the
Buy
most
hobby.
expensive hobby. When they say it's more expensive than a coke habit, it absolutely is, you know. But yeah, horses. I mean, horses. I've had horses since I was 10. I've ridden horses since I was 4. Don't anymore, too old now, but she's carried that on. Yeah, I've had horses forever, and we've gradually built up. I was lucky that my dad bought land and stables when I was 10, which we've still got. And yeah, we've built up to, I think, are we up to 18 with yesterday's delivery? 17 with yesterday's delivery. We've got
Only
another one
17.
yesterday. But we've bred horses, we've show jumped all over the country and abroad. We've jumped on the Pony England teams back in the day. That was a long time ago now. And yeah, horses, the most expensive thing. You can't have anything else in life if you have horses. They take everything, including your soul. So just be warned, you know. Everything.
They take everything. They cause injuries as well.
Yes, they do.
So it's always good. We always reflect. 'Cause obviously, we have football people, we have horse racing people. What is the worst break you've ever had?
Bianca, that's a question for you.
Okay, I'm not going to say ever because I don't like to jinx it.
Yeah.
Because
Good,
obviously
good
then something worse will happen. But I don't know actually.
Or how many injuries have you had? So if we focus on obviously what you do now as a living, outside protection, obviously you've got that life, broken bone, you've got all the different bits and pieces you need. You will have seen over the last 20 or 30 years how many injuries, how many like breaks have you had, what you can claim, or have you claimed on it
You've claimed
yourself?
twice.
You've had a lot of breaks.
Yeah.
I had a really bad knee injury where I completely smashed my knee apart. And it's all still got plates and pins and everything in it. You've had a lot more injuries and
Yeah.
you've claimed on MetLife and other policies.
So tell us about your claim.
Um, okay, so that was quite a bad one to be fair. So the horse went down over a fence,
What was the horse's name? Who caused the problem?
Piccolo, but she's only a baby, so it wasn't her fault. She's just
I
a
mean, it
very
was the
big,
horse's fault.
big baby. So she just got her legs in a muddle. So she like tripped over the jump, fell down. She's quite big, so obviously the weight of her behind me, I went down with her, landed fully on my shoulder, collarbones in like 3 pieces. The middle piece was vertical when I went at the first X-ray, so that was interesting. But yeah, it was. I didn't want surgery, so I just left it to heal on its own. But yeah, I had MetLife, so called them straight away, sent my stuff over to them, got a payout, and now I tell everybody who rides, everyone who has horses to get it because you just may as well get something back.
Yeah. And you are, obviously, my daughter ride horses, so you do know when to ride horses, and you go to the yard or whatever it is, or something like that. It's like a competition for who's had the worst break. I broke this, I broke that. The only thing we don't know before is broken nose. In my knowledge. Which apparently is a bit of the thing with horses, you can break it because you can help.
You shouldn't be able to with health these days,
I
should you?
haven't yet broken my nose, so I'm not sure about that because I've had quite a few. What, foot, ribs, hip, both collarbones, fingers, obviously.
Terrible head injuries.
Hands, a couple of times. Yeah, bleed on the brain, post-traumatic amnesia.
But she couldn't even remember who she was.
I didn't even know how the
she
horse
died.
So, I mean, it just shows you, like, one is a dangerous sport, but you all love it, like, inside and out, and your life wouldn't be where it is. But it is that bit of, actually, if something does happen to you, then you've got to pay out. What would you say to someone what rides horses? Why would you take it out? What
I
would
said, why
benefit
wouldn't
is?
you?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just crazy not to have it.
I think it's both things. It's the broken bones that
Yeah.
obviously you get paid out for, so
Yeah.
it's pretty quick payout. I think it's also the hospital stays paying out per night in hospital,
Yeah.
and that's up to 1,000 nights. That is a
1,000
lot
nights,
of nights in
yeah.
hospital.
Yeah.
So if you were stuck in hospital, I can't think really of many policies like that pay out per night for 1,000 nights
Yeah.
while you're in hospital. You know.
And
So
when you think about when someone is in hospital, like even if you go as a visitor, and you know it costs money to park, you might end up getting food or drink while you're there. You know all the extra costs if you're off work and you're not getting paid or you're only getting statutory sick. If you had a policy like MetLife to pay out, it's just that additional bit of money that can be well needed at that time as well. You know.
Well, I would say to horse people as well, most horse people, if they were in hospital, would have to pay someone to go and feed and look after
Yeah.
their horses.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're getting sick pay or whatever, because you also need that money to just pay somebody to go and look after them for you.
And especially if you're off for a while and you can't ride for a while, then you need someone to ride out. Okay, I am getting quite good at this.
very knowledgeable.
I've done quite well in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done quite well. Right, someone rides out, basically just walking around the field and the door. But they are part of your family, so you need to, like you say, you need to exercise them, you need to look after them. Obviously, you can protect the children as well. So the children can have the same problem as what you got. Obviously, it pays out a bit less.
And the active lifestyle, the
Yeah.
additional,
The active lifestyle.
yeah,
it's like
for
the account
the
that you
ligaments,
want,
and, you know, that's, you know,
Covers all your soft
why
tissue.
didn't you take that as well as an additional benefit?
And I can remember sat there for Amelia thinking, come on, one more night, that's a bit more money if you're in hospital. So I the children think it's better again because they go, right, when I break something, I'll get paid X, Y, and Z, or Dad will buy me this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a massive product. And how are you gonna promote it? Obviously you go to a lot of horse shows, you try and speak to people about it. Do you think horse people know about it as much as they should do?
Absolutely not. I don't think people do know about it, not horse people or any sports people. Oh, actually, a lot of people just don't know about it, sports people or otherwise. And I think there's a lot of sports that, like my other son does motocross, which is the same thing because as far as danger goes, you know, and how likely you are to break something and all of that. And I don't think people do know it exists really. They don't think they can get a cover that's that simple and that quick to take out and that easy, you know, to go ahead with. That I don't think they think they've got to go through some long process, you know, with loads of questions and all of that. And it's not that. It's so simple to just take MetLife. You know, you can do it in 5 minutes, really.
So why are we looking at a llama when you could have a horse like it look? You could have a pink horse.
Because horses do not stand for no drama, do they?
No.
That's
No.
the opposite.
Horses
no
are drama.
Yeah,
aren't
but
they?
you freed yourself for no drama. So you could have like a collection. It could be like you could all have a horse each. And you could have your little figurine. Like you could all be dolls. Talking of figurines.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said figurine and looked at you and thought of it. So tell us who your famous person is you went to school with.
Oh yeah, but I went to school with.
Did you school there or did you not?
And what I went. There's a few.
Girls.
So there's a few.
Oh yeah, just
went
throw
to
some
school.
names out there. Go on.
So Amy Winehouse was the year below my brother at school, my younger brother. So and then you've got Rachel Stevens from S Club 7 was a year above me. And Dan Gillespie Sells, who you may not have heard of, he's the lead singer of The Feeling, band called The Feeling. He was in my year, he was my friend, we went to school together. I did, I still know Emma Bunton's brother, PJ, and we used to drink together.
Guess what? On that news, and we're not doing carpool karaoke, we're in the office. You have to sing the song for 20 seconds, and then Katrina and Bianca can like give a verdict on how.
Oh, I'll give a verdict.
Yeah.
I can't sing.
Come on, sing it quickly. Throw something
What
out.
sort of song?
Any song you want to sing. Obviously, you've got Amy Winehouse there. You got Rachel
Doesn't
Stevens.
mean I know the words to their songs.
You should know West Love Seven. Read from the source.
Very well, not very
You
well. I
know, read
wasn't.
from the source.
So when you know when I was a kid, yeah, when all like everyone was into like Bros and New Kids on the Block, I'm not that old. I was listening to house and garage music with my brother because he was 18, and then nowadays when all my friends were into Robbie Williams and stuff like that, I was into AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, and Linkin Park. So I don't tend to have the mainstream music choice.
Motorhead when I was at school.
Motorhead,
Yeah.
Do you
But
know
I do have a-
oh, yeah.
You must know who Motorhead are.
Yeah.
But I do have quite a good claim to fame as well. My first husband, his sister lived with Roger Taylor from Queen for 5 years,
Brilliant.
and Freddie Mercury used to come round to their house.
Fabulous, I love it.
And still owes his mum money.
I've got one. So a friend of mine, his uncle was Charlie Watts, the drummer in Rolling Stones. And when my friend Lee, his sister Sarah, Charlie said to her, "Do you want to come on tour with us? You can be a roadie." When she was 18, and she turned it down because she thought she'd be homesick.
Right. We're going round in a circle.
I'm not singing.
We all do that.
I cannot sing. I couldn't do that to people.
Come on, just like a couple of big
I
lines.
don't. Of what?
Anything.
Scott sing with you, I think.
Yeah, go on. You
Yeah.
choose. You sing. You're so, go on. We'll sing with
Cool,
you.
right, next one. Next question.
None of
Right.
us can sing.
We'll sing the karaoke later.
Okay.
So let's talk about G3 or the llama or the horse or whatever we're going to call it. Obviously, you're growing.
Yes.
You're getting bigger and better. You are looking to recruit. You have years and years worth of experience to pass on to brokers. What type of broker are you looking for? What are you looking off them? And then more of what words of wisdom have you got for people looking at joining the industry? Because obviously you want to pass this knowledge on, which is great. So as a firm, we really appreciate people going, right, come into this firm, learn how to do the job properly. And it is a 12 to 18 months before you really find your
Absolutely.
feet. You need
totally.
support.
Yeah.
And we have WhatsApp groups and everything like that. But there's nothing better than
Mm.
someone who you can mentor and be like, look,
Yeah.
these are the problems you're going to have. You're going to have a peak and then you're going to have a trough. Peak.
And that's what they need to realise. I think it's not a case of, you know, they sort of they do their CMAP and they, you know, they're so keen to get started, aren't they? But and then they're like, where am I going to get my leads from? And you know, and it's that. And I think, you know, honestly, until you actually get regular business coming in every month and, you know, all the time, could be 2 years, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Until, you know, until you start getting your renewals maybe on your 2-year fixed rates and stuff like that, it can be quite a sort of long lead in to getting where you want to be as a mortgage broker. But I think for us as a firm, you know, we've worked in mortgage advice for so long. I've also worked for many mortgage lenders as well, so I know the other side of what lenders are looking for when you're packaging a case and that sort of thing. And I think we can help guide them through the whole process, can't we?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
our whole ethos at G3 is we do what's right for the client. So we're not one of these lenders who one of these brokers who always goes for the easy option. So I used to see a lot of brokers when I was a BDM. You know, they maybe had 10, 15 lenders they used on a regular basis. And if they had a bit of adverse, they think, oh, straight away I'll go to Pepper. They wouldn't even look in between, you know, for any other lenders. Whereas we know we've got such good relationships with the building societies, we know we don't need to go to an adverse lender. We can go to one of those building societies and get it through.
I feel that's the key point, especially for you guys, is your lenders is more about the building side where it is relationship based and it does a bit of certain faults, but actually it's a common sense lens.
Yeah.
What you what building sites do and but you've
We
got to have
can
that
talk to
relationship.
people.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, and we, you know, when we speak to the building societies, you know, there's some of them they'll go, "I will do it because it's, you know, we'll
They'll
take
do it for
because
you,
it's us,
mate.
because it's us, you know, because we've got that relationship with them, and they know, you know, we won't put any crap their way, will we? You know,
No.
we know that they're good clients.
They are good quality. It's good
They're
quality
good
business.
quality business. You know,
It's honest and straightforward. It's the
Exactly.
best lender for them.
Yeah.
And I did have one say to me the other day, you know, we'll do this just because it's you. I
Yeah.
won't do it for anybody else, which is great, you know.
and that's what the relationships, you know, all
yeah.
about.
And I think when we're looking for new people, I think I quite like them, I think, coming new to the industry because they haven't learned any of the bad stuff in
habits.
the industry. They haven't been to, I don't know if I should say, they haven't been to one of those corporates where they teach you, you know, you have a panel of lenders, you try and use all of these, you can't go outside the box at all, you have to read a script, you know, word for word. When I first went into mortgages, I used to have to go to bed every night with, as it was then, a CD thing, listen to it all night while I was going to sleep to learn the script, 2 pages, word for word. And if you didn't know it in the morning, they'd whack a baseball bat on the desk and take you out. And that's the truth. That's, you know, we don't want any of that. You know, there's so many horrible things, I think, in the industry, and so many corporates where you can't do what you want to do. You can't do best for the client because how can you do best for the client if you can't do everything? Because there's certain things like debt consolidation, interest only on residential, for examples, that if you can't do them, you can't always do best for your clients. Because if you know, sometimes those things are right for the clients. They shouldn't be done if they're not right for the clients. But if you can't do them, how are you doing the best for your client? I can't get my head around that. That's why we needed to be with a network that would allow us to do whatever was best for the client and to use whatever lenders we wanted to use. We have a private bank we deal with now. Love the private bank. They've even offered to send me their referrals they can't deal with because I've built that relationship with them, which is fantastic. I love that. Building societies, we have great relationships with the building societies. They queue up to come to our meetings, don't they? Because we've put a lot of time.
It's
That's what I was about to get to, obviously. Why did you go and work for G3? And I've not been yet. So G3, as part of the wonderful package of help and support and guidance and everything else, let's be fair, it's all about the G3 party, isn't it? Tell us about the G3 party. It's not like a G3 party, and then we can say like it's an S Club party.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
it's better. It's better. It's better than that.
Much
They're
better.
famous, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
We have, we have every year, every Christmas, we have our Christmas party, we have our summer party, and the BDMs that are there, they always say, "Can you put us down for next year?" They always want to
They'll
come
stay
back.
over,
Yeah.
don't they?
And I
So
think we were saying
Put
earlier.
each in a stable each. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's stable each. Yeah, a horse each to come
Yeah.
up.
that's
to
what
at
we
night.
should do next time. Actually, take them down there and
Yeah,
stable each.
Exactly.
We've booked out whole hotels.
We've booked,
haven't
yeah,
we?
we've booked, like book a whole hotel, and because this job can be so serious, it's highly regulated, it can be very stressful. You can end up working a lot of hours, and because all of our advisors work from home, so there can be can be quite lonely. We've got a WhatsApp group as well, and we all speak to each other regularly.
But it's
But
also
it's
about
nice.
building those relationships, isn't it? And that's what it's
Build
more.
relationship.
That's more about that than anything, really.
Yeah.
Because if you build those relationships with the the building societies that can tweak
all the
things, they've got
lenders,
manual
with all the
underwrite, they
lenders.
can they can get things,
Yeah.
they can package things for you. If you can build those relationships, you can get things through where other brokers can't.
Yeah.
And those relationships are so important. Also, to be fair, we love people. We enjoy it, don't we?
Yeah.
We enjoy socialising and we love those parties.
I think for me the G3 vibe is like, look, if you want to work with G3, it's not a tick box.
No.
I mean, it is. Look, you're gonna learn stuff, and it's gonna blow your mind at times. You'll be like, I've got this criteria, but that's criteria, and there's a complete opposite side, which is it's not murky. It's not murky, well, but it's like, look, this is quirky.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get the best output from the client. We're not gonna go right. I give up after an hour. I'm just gonna go with this lender. You're gonna spend the full day trying to
Not
get
just a
that
full
right.
day. I've had cases that have taken me 2 weeks to narrow down a lender that will do it, because it's going back and forth with all the lenders, not just building societies, high street and everything. And then, you speak to the building societies, they ask for more information, you go back and forth, going back to the client. I've had cases that take me 2 weeks to place, and a lot of brokers would have given up. I also have a client the other week said to me, he said, "You're asking me questions and other brokers never asked me, because I want to know their circumstances and I want to get it right for them." Our lender spread, I mean, I haven't checked last year's, but the year before we were 42 lenders in the year we used, and 40.
And there
Some
was only a few brokers then.
Which
don't
is
even
fine.
have. Well,
Yeah.
Some brokers don't even have that many that they deal with on their panel. We used 42 different lenders because we will always go for who is the best for the client.
I always say to the client, especially when it's something quirky, I will leave no stone unturned. If there's something to be found out there, I will find it, because to me, I have to find it. If it can be done, it will be done, and that's what I
We take
do.
on a lot of cases with multiple complexities.
Yeah.
So people
Not just
will say,
one
it's,
issue.
it's a complex property, they've got complex income, their living situation is a bit weird, like there's so many things going on. You kind of each lender you go to, you go, will you do this? They go,
yeah,
they go,
know about.
yes, that's fine, that's fine. No, not that.
G3 is the weird and wacky places. So, Mr. and Mrs. Client, or whoever it is on the other side, limited companies, commercial, what are the
Equestrian
weird
property. We love a bit of equestrian property.
Equestrian. I mean, you'd never have guessed with 17 horses. if you needed someone to sort out equestrian finance or anything like that, you've got them sat in front of you.
How many people do I get come to me say, "Oh, we've been told we've got to do this property on a commercial mortgage that will cost them loads of money. The rates will be higher, the fees will be higher. We've been told by other brokers, can only get it on a commercial mortgage." I can get them on a residential mortgage all day long, even with quite a lot of business use through the building societies. Don't want to give all my secrets away, obviously, but I can get them all day long, and that's the people that come to me that say, we've got this equestrian property. It's got 20 stables, it's got an arena, an indoor school, 3 big barns, and 20 acres, and we're going to live there, and we're going to take some liveries and maybe do a bit of teaching and stuff. Can you get that on resi mortgage? Yeah, all day long I can, absolutely. I can even get you up to 60% of the use of it on business use, on a residential mortgage with residential fees, residential rates. I'm really good lender. So yeah.
It pays to use a brand, but no, not brand bad. So it's not just equestrian. Also, like you say, it's complex income. It can be adverse. It's normally a mixture of whatever it is. What is the most complex case you've done recently?
Oh, the
So
recent one.
my one was a cattery. The place was a cattery, which it turns out a lot of lenders do not like, even if they are okay with kennels. Didn't like the cattery. Her only income was she was self-employed as a dog groomer, but her dog grooming was obviously at home, so her whole business and income was linked to the address. And the property also had an agricultural tie on it, and had something else on it as well, didn't it? Do you remember?
Yeah, but I
this
remember
is what
the
I put
case,
to
but I
every
can't-
lender, and literally so many of them were like, yes, no, not that. Like,
That's the thing, isn't
yeah,
it?
no, every time I got a little bit excited,
get you
they'd be
away
like,
with
yeah,
one.
not that bit.
And there's
yeah.
always one.
And I
that-
did, I did actually get it in the end. So yeah, that was amazing. She'd been told like there was no way she was going to be able to get anything.
I had one recently where he said he'd been told he couldn't get a mortgage, and it was they wanted it in the sole name of his girlfriend. They were getting the deposit was from the sale of a classic car that they hadn't yet sold, but they were planning to once they found out they could get the mortgage. He didn't want to go on the mortgage because he had an IVA and was still in it. She had adverse. And she was also self-employed, and there was like loads of little like quirks to it, and he'd literally been told, oh, and they only wanted to put like 10% deposit down, so they wanted like 90% loan to value, and she had quite a bit of that. She had CCJs and defaults, and we got it placed, but he'd literally been told by another broker, you can't get a mortgage.
all mine are complex, really.
Yeah,
I suppose the one I've done recently, they literally offered after a year. Took a year to even get an offer. Yeah, that still hasn't completed, but it should complete next week. That had an equestrian tie, which meant you had to work at the business at that, at your residential address, and it was a really strict equestrian tie, which is much worse than an agricultural tie. So restrictive, and it had a flat in the stables that was used to live in. All sorts of other quirky things, all sorts of rights of way and all stuff.
And income, wasn't it?
Income. It was just foster income.
Yeah.
That's all for the entire family, just foster income. Of course, we needed to take that as gross foster income, not net foster income, because it never stacks up. Finally, that should complete next week. That's taken a year with a tiny building society, and we've gone back and forth on everything. That's been a recent one.
We don't give
You,
up.
you're hoping with a bottle of wine at the end of it, for you.
Not just wine.
Right.
Something stronger.
So you twigged on there, and I think it's important. I think again, you could talk about this another time. Fostering, obviously, if you're a foster carer, some people are like, "I'm never going to get a mortgage. I'm never going to get that." What is it? What do you think of the foster income? And is it easy to do? Can it?
Oh, you can do it.
You know where to go.
You know where to
Yeah.
go. So most lenders will treat them as self-employed. Now, when you look at a foster carer's tax returns, they will have very little declared as profit because they can deduct so much from their as expenses, even down to their food shop and their utility bills. So I did a mortgage recently for someone, and she earned over £45,000 a year as a foster carer. Her tax returns showed a net profit of below £7,000. Most lenders are only going to take that £7,000. I know lenders that will take the 45.
So that's what
will-
mine
and
was
will get
like.
them a
Yeah,
mortgage.
mine had nearly 200 grand. I think
Yeah.
their tax return showing less than 20. I
Yeah.
think. So you've got to find a lender that will take the gross.
And it's
on
legit.
that.
They're not
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
anything
No,
legit
yeah,
with their
no,
tax
it's nothing
return.
dodgy at all. That's just how they can do
doing a
it.
great job for
Yeah.
people looking
Yeah.
at people.
And they're allowed to deduct.
They're allowed to
certain
deduct all of that, aren't
certain
they?
expenses.
And there's only a few lenders that'll take that as
Yeah.
gross, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's not many.
So if you're a foster person,
Yeah.
foster carer,
Yeah. We
then
can help.
go to G3.
Yeah.
Right, so what's Bo's question? I'm just firing them.
Fire them
I'm
off.
just making up.
You make them up, yeah.
Making
That's
them go on. Right, there's one thing. Obviously you've gone through complex stuff. There's one thing where we don't seem to get a lot of traction, and I don't know why it is. So it's a question to you. Obviously, we've got now 3 lenders what will go to 100% LTV, and we know some people are put off by the rate on it. Some people, I don't know what's the thing. What's putting either broken off or the clients off on 100%.
I think it's partly that people still don't know it's available. I do think there's still quite a lot of that.
Yeah.
And I think people have been made scared. I mean, I always remember, who's that guy, that famous one I always quote, who said, don't ever take a mortgage above 90% loan to value. Who's the famous guy in the telly? Martin Lewis.
Oh,
What's your
don't
name?
listen to him.
But yeah, but when
Yeah, it was shame.
yeah, but the trouble is, when that name is going out to all those people, and it might not be even the clients that are listening to it, but it might be their parents or
He
whatever,
has-
he's saying, do not do that.
He has changed though. That
He has a little bit. That was a little while ago.
He's
yeah.
rode back on that a bit because he now always, when he's talking about mortgages, he always recommends speaking to a broker.
He does. Well, he's used to
Independent
say never
mortgage
use a
broker
broker.
when he used to say don't use
I
one.
heard
And
that,
he
he'd
has
say that.
realised that he's all sort of erred wrong. I think for me, with 100% mortgages, for some of them, you know, you've got the Aprils of this world, it's a longer term fixed rate, and people worry about the longer term fixed rate. It's a higher rate as well. And obviously, you know, we're in an environment where we're hoping interest rates have peaked and they might fall slightly a bit further. So I think that's a problem. For me, the biggest thing I see is I'm on a few groups, Facebook groups, and I see people saying, I rent, I will never be able to buy because I cannot save up a deposit. And that's the big thing. And what these people don't know is you don't need a deposit, you don't need 100% mortgage. There's family assist mortgages out there where you can so say I was buying and my parents were going to help me, so I would borrow 100% of what I wanted to buy. So say I was buying for £100,000, subject to affordability. The lender would lend me 100%, they'd lend me that £100,000. But in the background, on a family assist mortgage, that lender's going to take a 20% charge, so £20,000 second charge on my parents' residential home or their buy to let, doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be my parents, it could be my grandparents. And based on that, my parents have not had to give any of their savings to me as a deposit. All they are using is the equity in their property that's sitting there doing nothing. That charge will sit on their property for 3 to 5 years until mine has got that 20% equity in it. That charge sitting on my parents' address doesn't stop them remortgaging. It doesn't stop them moving house. It literally just goes with them. So as long as they've still got, you know, equity in there. So many people don't know about that. So there's all these people out there renting, thinking, "Oh, I'm never going to be able to buy a house." When those products, and there's many more.
But don't you think
that
as
are out
well
there.
though that a lot of it as well is because gifted deposits are so much more available now.
Yeah.
You know, lenders. I mean, if you go back 20 years,
Oh,
lenders
99%
didn't accept
lenders
exactly gifted
take them now.
deposit. Now you can get a
Yeah.
gifted deposit.
You were still at school 20 years.
Not, I only no, you were at college actually. You're not. It's not
School,
something
I was
you
in
do.
primary school, I think.
20 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah, and there's gifted deposits now, and also now, you know, where it used to be even from immediate family, now you can, some lenders take it from anybody,
Oh, anybody.
even friends. So I think there's so
Your
much
boss.
more. Exactly, there's
Your
so many
network
more
CEO.
ways where you don't always need to get 100% mortgage. You see gifted deposits every day, don't you? And I think that's a lot of it, because let's be honest, if someone said to you, do you want to get 100% mortgage, or do you want to get, you know, so your parents, friends, whatever, to give you some of the deposit, you take that option, wouldn't you, really?
But also, if your
I think-
parents don't want to
they can
use
do
their
then,
savings, they
yeah,
can do the other
exactly.
Well, to
products.
be fair as well, I spoke to a couple of people, and now there's a few lenders that will take personal loan as a
Yeah,
deposit.
exactly.
It was cheaper for them to get a personal loan for the deposit and then have a better rate on the mortgage than go with 100% mortgage and have the higher rate. So they actually chose to do that instead.
And again, but it's all about giving options. If
that's it.
you go, look, this is what 100% looks like if you can't do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
This is still what 100% looks like. This is what 95% looks like. So family assist looks like.
Yeah.
It is being able to speak to a broker.
Yeah.
And I think what we're going off this is, I'm sure we've got brokers on TikTok, stuff like that, it is being able to speak to people and medium to go. People do go, I'm never going to get a mortgage, or I've got adverse, I'll never get a mortgage.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a society thing where we all feel very like defeatist before we've even looked at it.
Yeah. But also, people don't know what they don't know.
No.
And that's the thing, and it's an education piece from us. Got a classic example. What client I did a first time buyer mortgage for last year, he's emailed me this week and said, "Oh, I'm looking to buy a buy to let. You know, how much deposit do I need to do?" And blah blah blah. And I thought, do you know, I spoke to him a while ago, and he was asking if his sister could buy somewhere, and I thought, I wonder if it's to do with his sister. So I emailed him back and I said, you know, I said, if it's, you know, if you're renting to open market, you know, 25% deposit, you know, and sort of went through the bits and bobs. I went, if you're renting to a family member, it's different. It's a regulated buy to let, and we can look at it differently. And he came back and he went, yeah, it is. It's for my sister. So I was like, right. So I was like, look. I said, we can do it this way. I said, or I said, because you're going to have to pay the stamp duty, obviously, if he's buying a second property. I said, what about joint borrower sole proprietor? And I said, because you could help out with affordability. Of course, he doesn't know that's an available option, but it's for us as brokers to give the options to the client. But also, we are problem solvers. We need to be able to think outside the box and go, right, actually, what if this would work for those clients instead? And it's been able to look at, so a client might come to you, go, this is what I want to do. And it's for us to read between the lines and ask them the appropriate questions and say, actually, this would be a better option for you.
So you can order it and you go one way, whereas the order is very holistic. It's actually like, yeah, but what's the reason? Because there's always a reason behind everything you're doing. And sometimes they don't want to tell you the reason, so you have to chip away to get to the real reason underneath it. And I think that is completely true. You go to an internet broker and it's like A, B, or C, that lender, that lender, that lender. Like I said, if it doesn't fit there, to just get rid of it. Go where.
And sometimes I don't want them. They don't want. I've seen it. I saw a broker the other day on a Facebook group, and he was saying he doesn't want the complex cases. He just wants the vanilla. 90% going to Halifax, and that sort of thing.
Sometimes I actually even have to say to a client, quite often I say, just give me 24 hours to think about
That's
that.
it.
Because I just want to think and let it. And sometimes I wake up at 3 a.m. going, I know what I'm going to do with that now.
I've done that a lot.
I think thinking out about it, to think outside the box.
Yeah, and the clients don't mind that. Like the clients don't mind when you say, because I'm going to think about this for you. Let me, let me sit through it. And I do my best work thinking at night. In bed, don't you?
I normally do it when I'm not thinking.
You could be reading a book.
Do you know, that is actually next to my bed. Probably.
That's a scary thing. Right,
so just we've been talking about Barclays, is you get a lot of clients or you get a lot of people that come to you, and then they sort of use us as a sort of, who's got the best rates, where should we go? And then they think they can do it themselves and go direct to the lender. And just thinking about, I had a client who literally, and it was really funny because I've got an estate agent that refers to me, and it was her cousin. And he came to me and he was buying a new build, and he was like, oh, I've seen these rates on Money Supermarket. And I was like, okay. So I went and had a look, and I went, yeah, nationwide, that's the best rate for you. And he was like, oh, well, have you not got anything better? And I was like, well, no. I said, I could have done, there's like that new build program where you get a cheaper rate. He said, but your developer's not on it. So I said, I can't get you that. And he was like, oh, why would I go with you then? And I was like, if you want to go direct to nationwide, feel free. That, it's totally up to you. And I sort of sent him an email. This is what brokers do. We don't just do, cheapest rate. We'll look at your protection. All of that sort of stuff. It's the whole, thing. And I was like, but you want to go direct? That's fine. About 2 weeks later, his cousin, the estate agent, rang me, and she went, he's going to be giving you a call. And I was like, she said, why? And he said he's no further forward with the mortgage. He's got nowhere with Nationwide. And she said, I've told him he's an idiot and he needs to apologise to you and come back. And so I did so he came back very, very apologetic and was like, Tanya's explained to me, why I should use a broker and all this sort of thing. And she was like, I'm going to lose my sale if I don't get this moving. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So I did his mortgage. I submitted it on the Friday to Nationwide. I got the mortgage offer on the Monday. And he'd spent 2 weeks fannying around with Nationwide. But what made me think of it with Barclays was I did my own remortgage with Barclays, further advance actually, and product transfer with Barclays, because I thought, I'll just do it direct, because I can't bother to write myself a suitability report and all of that sort of stuff. It was a nightmare. But bearing in mind what I do for a living, it took 6 weeks. Because you have to have a 2-hour phone call with them, and go, even though I said to him at the beginning, but just to let you know, I'm CMAP qualified, and he was like, oh, okay, and then proceeded to go through his script, and then they asked for information. I'd sent it, take them a week to look at it, then they'd come back, oh, can we have this? So you send it back, and it was back and forth, and I thought, if I'd done this myself, this would have been job done in about a week.
Yeah, I think that's a bit what you missed. I did a couple of months. Like sometimes you go, I'm just going to speak to them, and they say, like, I'm too old. I'm like, no, I don't have to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm too old if speaking to a broker and going, right, I'm going to look at your protection, I'm going to look at this, I'm going to look at your will and say, I'm going to look at everything. But 2 hours to go through a script.
Yeah.
And then to take the basic fact line. I mean, for you probably only need 10 questions to kind of know where it's going.
Exactly.
And then it's all the. It's all the other bits.
It's all the other bits. Just
where your mind's going, right, what are you going to do in 5 years? And then stupidly, you might look at a couple and go, right, I know you're probably going to be having a kid at some point, or you're going to be getting married, or he works for this company, but he might move jobs. So you're not second guessing, you're thinking about their long term.
Yeah.
Whereas other people just think, that come in, take that, done.
Yeah.
But it's not about it, is it? It's like, if you want to keep that client the long term, you want to know what all their touch points are going to be through that period.
That's it. I remember saying to, it was actually a friend of mine, and I did his mortgage back in 2006. No, I don't look old enough, Scott. And I said
But
to
did you even advise when you were that
Yeah.
young? You know.
18.
I got-
You get away with it.
I got my CMAP in 1999. So,
What, you have to do it at junior?
it was junior school. Because I knew I always wanted to be a mortgage advisor. That was my dream.
It's your dream
No,
job.
Dream job.
no, nothing.
Yeah.
Just straight.
Just straight.
We all
Didn't do
at school
GCSEs.
say, oh, we just want to be mortgage brokers.
I don't need GCSEs, just gonna do my CMAP.
No.
We should have
Right,
Stacey
so-
join
right,
us.
so
We should
we
have
are in the-
Stacey
We are
join.
in the middle of a
Stacey!
podcast.
Come on! No, we need Stacey. We love Stacey. We do. Come on, Stacey. Come on,
I
our
knew it was a
podcast.
mistake coming into
Say
this
it.
outfit.
Come on.
Come on, our podcast.
When I'm here, I'm either dressed up as something dodgy or being pulled into
Well, you
something.
need-
Come on.
It's riding. It's
Where's-
riding.
Yeah, no, you need
So-
some. We'll get you some pink if you want some pink. Okay.
You got a bit of pink on
I think honestly, we'd have Stacey as one of us, wouldn't we, Stacey?
I'd love to join. I mean, that's gonna be a
We love
podcast.
Stacey.
I mean, I love-
You love your job.
I love my job, but if someone offered me more
Yeah.
money, that's me.
Absolutely no. I love market harbour. You just need to use market harbour more.
I catering by you, actually, and I've forgotten what it is now, but remind me later.
Right, so we've got G3 on the sofa, and we're now joined by Stacey at Market Harbour. Stacey, do you want to say some nice words about G3?
I love
Apart from
G3.
how pink they are.
I love how pink they are though. Yeah, they do a great Christmas party.
You're coming again next year.
I
aren't you?
always seem to gravitate to these guys at everything. But yeah, I just think you're a great team. A lovely little family team, it
Yeah,
feels like.
it is.
But yeah, I love that you just do all breadths of everything. Complex cases, weird and wonderful scenarios. Yeah, you've always got something to run by us. So yeah, when she remembers the case, hopefully we can do it.
I'll speak to you about it later. Yeah, it's come back to my mind.
Not after we've had a
Yeah.
prosecco.
Yeah, you'll agree to anything at that point. That's fine. No,
She
All
knows
right,
it's
it's
so
nice
well.
to agreed. It's fine.
So G3, you'd recommend a new to industry broker
Oh,
join?
100%. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%.
We do try to really support them now, and I've set up I've all the Tuesday mornings every week now supporting those advisors, as well as the fact that my phone is on 24/7. They ring me on a Sunday at midnight, and they WhatsApp me at 11 or 12 o'clock at night. I'm absolutely happy with that because we all work different weird hours, and if that's when they need me, I want to be able to be there to support them. Genuinely, I do, don't I? Do it all the time.
Yeah.
And I quite, my phone's by my bed, and I'm like, yeah, okay, and all of that all the time because I really want to support them. And we really love new to industry advisors because I think they're just so, they don't know anything, but it's great that they don't know anything because you can teach them everything right and the right ways and the nice ways to do the job and the best ways to do the job and treating the clients best and all of that. So, yeah, we want loads more new to industry advisors. We love them. We want to support them all the way to being really successful.
Perfect. Thank you for joining
Thank
the
you.
TMG or G3 couch. I will let you go and get some Prosecco and some
We'll
rum.
see you for Prosecco in a bit. Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I'm glad you're here. I didn't know you were coming, Stacey.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And we love Stacey too. She's a great BDM. She's one of the best BDMs.
Key account manager.
Oh, sorry, key account manager. Sorry, Andrew does the same. He goes, key account manager.
Advise each of you one piece of advice to a new to industry broker, or no, we'll do that one first and then I'll go on to the next one. So, one piece of advice you give to a new advisor.
Oh God, don't come to me for that. I don't know. And I've been a new advisor more recently.
Yeah,
than
you
you
did.
Perfect,
Um,
isn't it?
Yeah, I don't
What
know.
was
I
most
think.
important for you when you were?
Yeah.
I
Do
think
you want to swap places?
I think understand that the first month is fairly horrendous.
Mm.
With
You'll feel completely
Oh,
out of your depth.
yeah, and
won't
with
you?
trying to learn new systems,
Yeah.
trying to get to grips with it, register with all those lenders, that is just Oh, it's so time consuming, but also
Yeah.
it's so just horrible. Do you know what I mean?
It's
Doing
not
all
a
of
fun
that,
time.
getting
You
all of
just
that.
need to ride that wave.
Exactly, and that's what I always say to them. Just grit your teeth and get through that month, you know, and it'll be
It
fine.
gets better.
Yeah, and then understanding from that, I think that actually you're playing the long game. You've got to get clients. You've got to get yourself out there. You've got to get networking. You've got to get on social media. You've got to find those clients. But once you play that long game and you stick with it, clients will breed more clients. Will breed more clients.
You get
And it will all be good in the end, you know.
Yeah.
And if you just stick with it, stay as a self-employed advisor. Don't go and become employed where, yes, you're going to get guaranteed a salary, but oh my God, you'll
The
sell
targets.
your soul for it with everything, control, targets, working hours, all of those things. You'll be under some, you know, corporate structure where actually you have to do as you're told every minute of the day and you're micromanaged. You know, just stick with being a self-employed advisor because it will come good. You just can't give up when you're part way through the process. That's what I would say.
What about what's the best thing about being broke? Your goal as well as individual.
Flexibility. It's got to be flexibility. I've been at horse shows speaking to clients, and there's pictures of me. I found one actually last night when I was talking about this. Me sitting at
when we set
Hickstead.
up our little office.
We set up a gazebo with an office in it, and I'm sat at Hickstead on my laptop with all the, you know, really famous people around us. She was in the ring with all the top people in the country jumping against them, and I'm still managing to sit and work on my laptop or in my lorry. I've got a broadband box I take with me in my lorry. Flexibility, you know, hours, days, whatever you want to do. We all work weird hours, you know. It's got to be like that.
For me, I think it's the satisfaction when you help someone who didn't think they could get a mortgage and they're really, really grateful for that. And first time buyers, love first time buyers just because they're just so excited by the whole thing and they just really want to get that first house. Yeah.
Bianca?
I mean, to be fair, like all of that really. Like I think most of our clients that come to us and say, I can't get a mortgage, but can you just look at it just in case? And that's I like the fact that you can help them to get it, but I also am a bit competitive. So I really like the, you know, when you get it when they've been told no one else can get it. So I like that as a bit of a win. But obviously flexibility for me is amazing because 17 horses and I ride all of them myself. Not all of them, but all of the ones in work I ride myself every day. Like I do like morning stables and all of that. So like it's a lot to do, but I'm like out in the yard, back in the house working, back out in the yard, back in the house. So it's nice to be able to do that. You're always waiting for BDM to call back anyway, so go and ride.
So you've given us the best what's good about the job. Obviously the hardest bit is what everyone said is generating leads, hitting the ground running. But you can hit the ground running hard, you can, because if you're brand new to industry, you're building up that contact book, you put a message on Facebook saying, I'm going to be a mortgage broker, would people be interested? You're starting to generate it, so not only the first month should be a good month, the second month should be good.
Yeah.
But obviously then you'll hit a low.
Yeah.
You'll definitely hit a low because you'll have smashed your contact book, you'll have gone through everyone you know. And I always say, look, if you're trying to get a mortgage client, it's very hard because we're tied in on a 5, a 3, a 2-year fix. So out of 10 clients, potentially there's 2. So you've got to hit more people.
Yeah.
What would you give your best advice to generate business?
Networking on social media, but networking, face-to-face networking, not your structured B&Is.
I thought you were going to call it something else.
No, well behaved. No, but not your structured ones where you have to rock up every week and all that. Not those, but your casual, your casual networking. When I was doing a lot of networking, probably 5 or more years ago now, you always pick up leads from networking because everybody knows someone who needs a mortgage at some point. And even if it's a slower burn, you get out there. And if you can talk to people and you're friendly, and you know me, I'll talk to anybody and all of that. You'll always pick up. I go to groups of 10 people and come away with 8 leads. Yeah. That's the best way. Obviously, if you're good on social media, obviously it's coming in a lot more now. If you can do good social media, I think that is also, but I think it's those 2 things really.
To be fair, I've been focusing on social media last month. Gone up 100,000 views this month just by posting every day. Yeah. Nothing about mortgages really, but I've had
and that's
3
the key,
people.
isn't it?
Yeah, but I've had 3 people who have been on my Facebook for literally decades. all messaged me and said, "Oh, I've just realised you do mortgages and
Yeah.
I need something," because they
Yeah.
know I do it. They
Yeah.
just don't think about it. And because I'm now popping up all the time and they see my name all the time,
Yeah.
they're thinking to message me. So I'm trying to really, really plug that.
Yeah, and people buy off people, and then
Yeah.
obviously you go to that for the people outside, longer term mortgages. They don't think about you because it's not in their eye line for that long. So it has to be like, right, what other services have you got where they can interact with you? If we're only interacting once every 3 years or 5 years, it's a constant numbers game on it.
Yeah.
So got social, be the face, like you said, you don't have to post about mortgage.
No.
I mean, who wants to talk about rates?
No.
I think
We get more interaction when we post our blogs.
To be
don't
honest,
we?
what I
Like-
mostly post is pictures of me getting flung off horses
Yeah.
and say, I can do fracture cover.
Yeah.
yeah, but that's relatable to people.
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing. It's kids or whatever it is, that is the main thing. So we've done lead gen. We've done best things about it. The worst thing, I always think the worst thing is, and you've got it right, 'cause you've got a family feel, but the mortgage broker what started off is then started to get clients in. It takes a while for them to bank your money. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's probably 6
Could be
months.
6 months. Yeah.
A 6 month trial. How do you keep the motivation up? So we know you're doing something because you all work together. But if you was a single broker, not a dating website, but like a single broker, and you are now in month 10 to 14, where you start off well, you're like, right, I love this. Then you've got a bit of money going in, so you've gone, but then you've hit the lull between having a lot of leads to no leads, and that income. Obviously, it took 6 months to get it in, and then it was 2 months after where the income dips. How do you keep motivated? Is one question, but on the other side of it, when you're on the up and you've got lots of clients, how do you make sure you're constantly generating more? Because if not, that's where you find that
It's hard because you can get really busy with the clients that you're
Yeah.
dealing with, and then you don't have the time
Yeah.
to spend networking or doing
That's
social
true,
media
but
posts.
surely that's when they have to be using our ad hoc admin, so that when they're
Yes,
really
yeah, yeah.
busy, you can pay someone an admin wage to do those admin tasks, which means you can then get out there, find more clients, spend your time actually giving the advice and,
And
doing
that's
the
what
bits
you
you
should
need
be
to
doing as a broker.
because
Yeah.
then we have ad hoc admin, so you can use it when you're busy, and then when you're not so busy, you don't use it because you've got time to do
Yeah.
it yourself. That way, you should have the time then to go networking, do your social media, do what you need to do to generate leads. If you make use of that facility like that, that's got to be the way forward, I think.
yeah. You've hit the nail on the head. Like outsourcing, Paul Wilson, big friend was always is on the. He always told me, look, if it's something what you earn more money, so if you earn double money what you're paying an admin to do, or a gardener or a cleaner, whatever
Yeah,
it
exactly.
is, why am I spending 2 hours cleaning my house?
Yeah. When you can pay
When
someone to do it.
pay someone to do it, and I can network and go and get
And,
a
and
lead.
cover that,
Yeah,
cover that cost
To be
and
fair,
then some.
Andrew cleans our house and cooks, and that doesn't cost me anything. But, you know, that's.
Bit of butter.
Like, random one. So
Yeah.
that's that. Now talking about food. Who's the best cook out of G3?
I can't cook. So.
Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew.
To be fair, I'm pretty good.
Actually, she's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do a lot of stuff.
We're
Big
Korean
fat
boys,
sauce?
aren't we?
I'm just
Haven't we
like
got
quiet,
time, do we?
quiet about
Quiet.
it. Yeah.
To be fair, your husband cooks as well, don't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
I don't have
Andrew
a
cooks.
husband, I have to do my own cooking, so.
Right, so basically, what the girls are telling us is find a man that can cook.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah.
And they will go and they
And-
won't
And,
be
Yeah,
out.
and
well.
wants to cook though, because they have to want to cook as well.
Yeah.
See, Andrew likes cooking,
Right.
so he'll just like, oh right, let's do dinner. You know, that's
Yes, my
fine.
husband likes cooking
Yeah.
and does all the ironing.
And he does, and yeah, Andrew does housework pretty much all of it because he's quite happy to just do that. Put his music on, that's fine, you know.
The trouble
So-
is, though, I can't find a husband that will want to cook, want to do the
So
housework,
it's a
and be fine. I'm not going to say be rude. I'm going to say and be fine with me being like, oh, by the way, I'm just going to go buy another horse and I'm going to go spend another 12 hours riding. See you in a few days. Like, yeah, it's quite a
Right,
lot.
so this can be random. You can have this as like a proper outtake.
Go on then.
Bianca's Facebook. So for Bianca's Facebook page, can Mum and Emma give a review of why someone should date Bianca on her date?
To be honest, unless they've got loads of money, I don't even want them to date her. Because, you know, I've funded horses for years, or helped her fund horses. So unless someone can take that over from me, then I'm not even interested. I don't care what else they can do. They can be as good as anything or anything. Unless they can fund our lifestyle, then no, it's a waste of time.
She's just not even selling me, is she?
Emma,
Don't
can you
try
tell
it.
Bianca, please?
Yeah, I think. Why don't date her? So I
Yeah,
think.
why are you dating Bianca?
Don't tell you
so,
rude.
For me, Bianca doesn't need a man, so he needs to be the type of man that she wants to be with because she doesn't need one in her life. So it's got to
She needs
be
the money.
No, but it's got to be a guy
I don't
who
need the money. I just
no,
like the money.
would like it exactly. It needs to be someone who's, I would say, secure in themselves. A real man. I would say, who's not going to get jealous of her spending time with her horses. But yeah, you don't need a man, do you?
Definitely
it's,
not.
It's more friend with benefits.
You can as many of them as you like, can't you? I mean, that's fine.
What do you think? What you're looking for in a man? See, how I would pitch this would be very different.
Go on, then you pitch it.
Have you got life insurance? If not, there's some money to be
What,
earned
is he,
there.
is
Yeah.
he old and dying and
Is
got
he-
life
yeah,
insurance?
yeah.
Is that
Fine, yeah.
old, dying and rich?
So pitch yourself. We'll put this on your picture. Sorry, on social media, get all these views.
But to be fair though, I'm not looking for a man. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And to be fair,
Very.
I know the downside. Maybe some people might say upside. For me, it's downside. When you post on social media all the time, you do get people messaging you all the time with similar sort of thing. Why aren't you getting out there? Why aren't you married? I could. No.
No, you couldn't.
I'm not looking for a man.
So, before
that's my
I
pitch.
get to a DM, it's all about protection. She'll sort your protection, she'll sort your mortgage, but that's it.
If they're like, oh, I would like to buy you a horse, then I would consider it. No, I'm not looking for a man, but
So,
I think as well, though, in all seriousness, you need someone who will embrace that lifestyle because it is a lifestyle. You know that, to be fair. It's an absolute, you can imagine if you had 17 horses. And we spent one summer, we were on the road all the time. We used to come back for 2 days and we'd go off on the road again. So you've got to have someone that embraces that entire lifestyle. You get up in the morning, you go out on the yard, you're out there till 10 o'clock in the evening. Okay, you're back in to do work, but you're in and out. It's an entire lifestyle, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
overnight.
Foals overnight and all of this. So you can't find people who really want to embrace that lifestyle, not really.
how you should have solved it is Bianca gets up in the morning, we'll make you a cup of tea while you're still in bed while she goes and feeds the horses. Then she'll come back in and
She
make
won't.
I don't even have a cup of tea before I feed the horses, so not a chance.
I think she stays.
I'm gonna come back in,
I think I've done a good advocate. That's nice out.
See, I think you need someone to actually get someone make you a cup of coffee before you do the
Probably
horses.
my only
And offers
actual
to
pitch
muck
is
out.
that I can cook and I do cook. That's
Yeah.
about it. And I do make really good brownies and cookies.
See, we have some
Fine.
benefits. Right. So G3, your time is nearly up. The Prosecco is nearly calling.
Oh,
I
oh
really
God.
do need a timer to put.
You do.
You've done quite well today. Any questions for me?
Oh, we really should have some questions for him, shouldn't we?
Why do I ask silly things like that? This is like
What?
signing my own death warrant asking you
That's
to ask me questions.
No, because most of the time I've already asked you most things I want to know, and anything else I really want to know probably wouldn't be camera sort of, Yeah, What made you decide to write a book?
Hello, Paul Dawson.
I'm
Paul
trying to-
Dawson is
so-
going in
so
wrong.
we
Sorry, you alright? I'd quickly rub before we get you
Sorry,
on
Yeah,
camera.
so I might have
Wait till I've got my nice claws on there.
You'll be fine.
So yeah, why did you decide to write a book?
How did I write it? I wrote it because I tried to get my bench chat GPT. So I could have a bench chat GPT, what would make my life easier.
Okay.
A good chat GPT knows me inside out. Which it now does know me inside out.
And is that a
Which is
good
very-
thing? Yeah.
It's scary. Do you all
Yeah,
use
it's
it?
scary, that's the
I
thing.
do.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, to a
I use
certain extent.
Copilot. Because it's.
My favourite one, I always tell everyone this. Boyfriend on WhatsApp. Download the WhatsApp, put it in chat GPT, and it tells you what your relationship's like.
No, if you can't work that out yourself, I don't want to know. I don't want someone
Right,
else
Emma
telling me
bought
that.
into this. Emma has bought into this.
No,
I'll explain
yeah,
why.
you can share
I know
that.
exactly what my relationship
Yeah,
is like.
I said, no, you can't. You don't have to
Yeah,
put it into
I
that.
don't need ChatGPT to
No,
tell me.
You
so-
can do that with friends. You can...
Mm.
Yeah.
No, that's scary.
Right, so what you can do?
You've got to work it out for yourself.
Can you do me a favour? Like, you watch WhatsApp work group, download it, put it into chat GPT, nailed on Katrina's top of how many people's had messages in it. and voice notes. You
In
want voice
what?
notes? So you word WhatsApp.
What, our one?
Yeah.
Oh, not the TMG one.
No,
Our
our
one.
one.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Put
Because
it-
I never comment on the
Put it
TMG.
in ChatGPT and see what it says.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right. I'll perhaps do that, but yeah, not for friends or.
Maybe,
me,
we should
they're
do it-
right.
maybe we should do it now while
I
you're on
upload
Saturday.
photos to it and ask what outfit looks better.
Anything, last one.
It's really good.
Go on then. No, we're asking you questions.
Yeah.
What do you want to do next?
We have a laugh there. We want to set our own bridge and land road.
Do you?
We are close to do it.
Very good.
So that'll be.
What you're going to set up as a lender?
Have a laugh there.
Okay, that's interesting.
So it looks like it'll be halfway point this year.
Okay.
It's not under any NDA or anything.
And what after that then? What comes next? Because that's something you're part way through. What comes next?
I think it's the end to end. Like if you do bridging, you'll end up doing buy to let
Okay, that's interesting.
because that's how it's folded.
Yeah,
That'll make
that makes
sense.
sense. Yeah.
And I think what you'll find as a business or as AI keeps saying, it's all about the broker being able to offer more. So you to offer a client more. And I can see it long term, but actually, yes, like the main part of anything at the minute is a broker.
Mm.
And it will always be because the broker has the trust in the client.
Yeah.
And the client trusts the broker. The client doesn't buy any product, it buys off you.
Yeah. People buy from people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the tick box brokers will disappear because it will be tick box.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're building relationships, and I think that's what a lot of the banks and a lot of the AI and the tech are going, right,
Mm.
we need to be closer to a network, we need to be closer to bigger DA firms and larger firms. So
They
that
want that relationship, don't they?
they can offer their product a bit more strainer.
Yeah.
So I feel, I think it's probably a lot of people I've spoken to recently, is it'll be more holistic. So I would say maybe not this year, back end of next year, you might see mortgage brokers having their own apps, which we're on with, where you might offer affiliate stuff like car insurance. How many times has someone said
Yeah.
to you, you saw a mortgage,
Yeah.
you saw a car insurance?
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
don't you build a personal relationship
Mhm.
up with a client?
They say to me, we just want someone who can do everything for us.
So
yeah.
I've had a client go to me, I want to buy a car. Can you sort me out a
Yeah.
loan to
So-
buy a
so
car?
Yeah, exactly.
I honestly feel, and I think the way it's going, is I feel like G3 or whatever it is will be coming to Money Supermarket,
Yeah.
Mm.
and G3 will be like, they'll come to you and go, can I have car insurance?
Yeah.
And you'll be like, just go on our app,
Do it.
click the link,
Yeah.
and they trust you. Like the olden days, they trusted Money Supermarket and everything else.
Yeah.
All of that. Just how many times someone says to you,
Yeah,
do
exactly.
you do car insurance? Do you
Yeah,
do,
they do,
do you
yeah.
do you do financial this?
Because once they've built that
Yeah.
rapport with you, it's
Yeah.
a bit like with us with opening an estate agents. You'll get so many mortgages off the back of that because you've only got to build a rapport with one individual person, not one company, not one company that can refer you to someone else in their company, but one person. And I think that's massive because that is what people want, you know.
I honestly feel that's the way it's going to go.
Mm.
You can see it being like, right, what do you want? Right, you need this. Right, we'll just send you there. And because AI will drag it along that quick, and
Yeah.
you'll be able to send it to different places.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah, so like, go on then.
How good is OMS going to get and how quickly?
OMS will get there as quick as tech moves. I think the hard bit for OMS or for all systems, all processes, there's a lot of add-ons and it's moving so quick. So we'll bring, I think there's 2 bits being brought out. But once it's brought out, then there's something brand new coming up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then there's something new coming
Yeah.
up. So
Because the technology is always getting better.
the technology's getting, I think, I saw it, well, you was there, and it had that is the current AI thing right now. That's a block, how it's grown this year. And that's
Oh, it's
what
massive,
gonna
wasn't
be
it? Mm.
Yeah, it's
by the
Beautiful,
next
yeah,
year. So,
yeah.
I mean, when you look at tech, you just go, such a like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
you, unless you're building a system from scratch,
Yeah.
you're building add-ons because none of us saw this tech coming like that.
Next project for you, Scott. Build your own system, your own CRM.
Yeah, if someone wants to give you a few million quid to, yeah. So I think tech will evolve.
You know, there's an AI thing that you can buy and you can tell it to build you a system what you want and it builds it for you.
Yeah, just it's all the IT and all this stuff. Yeah,
Mm.
I think there's a room. I think, but they've obviously all got first mover advantage on it.
Yeah.
I think sourcing systems might be a thing of the past. But again, why do you want sourcing systems when you've got
Exactly. Yeah.
like sourcing systems?
Mm.
If you're not naming a few other brands, but
Mm.
if you are like
Yeah.
tick boxes, it's fine.
Mm.
But a client can't use a sourcing system if you've got an equestrian, if you've got
Exactly.
like,
Yeah. Mhm.
like it's a bit like a protection questionnaire without a billion things there, just be like, no, go, you can't find it. So what that sweet spot, AI will never capture.
No.
It can't.
No.
It can't
No,
build a
it can't.
relationship with
No.
you. It can take out 30% of the market,
Mm.
which is vanilla.
Yeah.
So then that's why we've got to be ahead of the network going, yeah, but what is the next thing? And he's right. And like April came out and said, it's the death of a broker, but it's the beginning of like
Yeah.
an advisor. And
Yes.
that is
Exactly.
going like, how
And that's
do
what we want,
yeah,
really.
how do you move from this to there? And you
Mm.
go, well, yeah, if that client could just ring me about everything, you'll never lose a client.
Mm.
You'll get paid on everything.
Yeah.
They don't mind you getting paid because you're sorting them out.
What drives you and what continues to drive you? I'm genuinely interested in that.
I think it's like, and it's not a good thing. 'Cause I got told off for like over the weekend. I had nothing on. I was bored as like.
You'd be a nightmare, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can walk around with. I don't know what to do with myself. So
Yeah.
it's not a good thing being driven.
Yeah.
I think it's a bad thing because
You can't
you're
stop.
you can't stop and you're always wanting more.
Yeah. And your brain is always thinking.
Yeah, I always feel like I see new brokers coming in or people going, I'm going to build a business. That's great, but for you, three, or for anyone else, it's going to actually just be careful because there is a period where if you go full tilt, you'll never stop pushing.
We've had a chat about that, haven't we? Like where we need to sort of
Pause.
pause, deal with what we've got, and
Then go up again.
yeah, and build our plan of what we're going to do and do it very carefully. Because there's also you can go full throttle and it can just all go,
And you forget the basics underneath it, and you've got to build up. So that's common with stability.
Yeah.
But that obviously bores me to tears. But we needed to do it. Like I said earlier, so now you've got the foundation really, really solid. You can kick back on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You can never win because I look at some of my mates who work at like do certain jobs, and their life is like, look, I'm gonna go have a takeaway at weekend, have 4 beers.
I can't live like
Some
think
people are
like
happy
you're
like
your
that.
I don't want
say,
that. I always think, well, don't want that'd be ideal for me.
Yeah.
I'd go on
I
Saturday
love
night
that.
takeaway,
Exactly.
but I can't have that. And
I can't. No.
the kids get brought up to a certain standard,
Yeah.
and they get used to it. You go, actually, there's no difference.
Yeah.
What makes you happy? And that's the hardest bit. Like, there's nothing what makes me happy right now, apart from this and kids, because once you've achieved one goal,
You're always looking for the next.
it's like a cracker,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It's
Going back-
next mix,
Oh, yeah,
isn't it? Yeah.
what would I
You can't
say?
really
Fair,
enjoy
it's
it.
cheaper to be a cracker, don't but
Honestly, it would be. Like, and I think that's a bit of going. He looked brilliant, and for you as advisors, you go, your life looks brilliant. You have flexible working hours. You have this, but we don't see the stress of being an advisor. Where
And
you
the
go,
hours that it's flexible, but we work stupid hours, don't we?
you have a bottle of wine key in a case, which I always say, that's why you need the admin bit of going. If you're key in a case at 9 o'clock at night, you're failing as a broker because you need to pass it on.
Yeah.
And that, I think that's the hardest bit for you, for your advisors to go, look.
It's hard for me to let go because I like things done right as
Yeah,
well.
and
it's
but you've
really
got to let
hard.
go now.
It is really hard.
Yeah, and I think for me, like, that is probably the biggest thing we've got this year. So there's lots of stuff going in the background, but can we get all our advisors to not key a case at 9 o'clock? And if we do that, we've won because you can't be working at 9 o'clock because you'll end up having a bottle of wine as well while you're doing it.
No,
I know
I
you
don't
do.
actually.
Do you
No,
not?
not from working
No.
night.
You
No,
don't
because
agree
we
with a
do
bottle
work
of
at
wine at night.
Yeah,
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 works
yeah.
at night.
We both work at night. No, I don't. I was doing a suitability letter last night at 10:30 or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I do that.
but you can't get anyone else to write a suitability letter. That has got
Yeah.
to come
Yeah.
from you. Do
But
you know what I mean?
also,
It's-
I find with the flexibility of the job, in that I'm better off in the evenings than I am
Same.
doing the day.
afternoons.
So, during the morning, I don't want to work. Like, I'll faff about and I'll do stuff. But in the evenings, that's when my brain kicks in. So it's also about how I work better as well
Yeah, I'm exactly
later
the
on in the
same.
day.
Yeah.
I know I won't throw one of my brothers on the bus, but they have an afternoon nap.
Oh, I'd love an afternoon nap.
Afternoon
I
nap.
hate afternoons.
Get up early, work hard. Afternoon nap. And then work
How many
hard.
days do we talk about that?
Oh, we always say we
yeah,
need a
every
nap,
day
don't
we say,
we?
"Oh, go have a nap."
Need
So
a
I
nap.
never have time.
No, I know. I
It's
spoke to a
wicked good.
client and she said she instead of having a lunch hour,
Sleep
she
well.
has an hour's nap.
A 20-minute power nap though really does work.
Yeah.
If you can just be strict with it, 20 minutes, yeah, it does.
So new advisors, 20-minute power.
Yeah,
nap
20-minute
is
power
good.
nap.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
wakes your brain
That's
up
probably
again.
the best advice,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
It's a 20-minute power.
It is.
So it's taken us 2 hours, and we found out the best advice is
20-minute
20-minute
power
power
nap.
nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other
Maybe
best-
if I had gone to sleep for the first 20 minutes, I'd
Exactly.
be
Right.
fine.
Right.
So-
No, no, question we should ask them. Are you wearing new jeans because your hands have turned blue?
No, I don't think we knew.
Oh, well, there you go. Your
Yeah,
hands
I-
turned blue.
I am quite.
Whilst you've sat here talking to us, your hands have turned blue.
I feel like I've gone ill.
Well, maybe we're killing him slowly, and he's going.
I thought you'd been
He's actually
washing your hands 'cause
dying
You've been
slowly.
doing that. I think it's
Yeah.
the dye.
Yeah.
I've just been around you for like rubbing.
Yeah. It's just killing. Yeah. You just want to die now, don't you?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
So it's nearly time for a drink.
It
We're all
is.
good, you know.
Yeah. He'll need to drink after
Right,
this.
is there anything else before you three wonderful ladies go and get a drink? Obviously, from me, it's a massive thank you for your support.
Thank you for your support.
To be fair, we do love TMG, and I've said this. And when we sat at that event the other day, I think I actually sold you all quite well, really,
Yeah.
to a new advisor. And you are the network for us. We do want to stay and support you, and we want obviously you to support us as well. But we do feel like we're in the right place now, and we just want to grow with this network, don't we? I don't feel there's another network we'd want to be with. Do you?
No.
So we are here for the longevity, aren't we?
Yeah.
And that's why we want to get it right as well,
Mm.
because we don't want to ever have to move again, do we? To be
No.
honest.
No.
So we want it
Well,
right for us and
20
right
deal
for you.
size.
There you go.
We're going to need footballers' money for that, though. He's doing 20 years.
You need to earn more.
Yeah.
Right, thank you, G3. And on that note, we
Hello.
have more people jumping on the sofa.
Oh, we haven't had to more people. Nadine, come and jump on the sofa.
Right, should we call that a wrap?
I think
We'll call it a wrap.
Wrap,
Yeah,
wrap.
yeah.
Right, thank you.
Okay.
If you
Another
think you
TMG.
might have
Bye.
5 minutes.